Greetings, patriots. Would you all join me in pledging allegiance to our flag?
Bring it on up. Bring it on up. Hats off.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm here today to ask you if you would mind if I read the document that we signed in 1776, the Declaration of Independence. I am actually 303 years old last January.
Capricorn.
In Congress, July 4th, 1776, the unanimous declaration of the 13 United States of America. When, in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it. Prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. Such has been the patient sufferance of these colonies, and such is now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former systems of government. The history of the present King of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations, all having in direct object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over these states. In every stage of these oppressions, we have petitioned for redress in the most humble of terms. Our repeated petitions have been answered only by repeated injury. A prince whose character is thus marked by every act which may define a tyrant is unfit to be the ruler of a free people. Nor have we been wanting in attentions to our British brethren. We have warned them from time to time of attempts by their legislature to extend an unwarrantable jurisdiction over us. They too have been deaf to the voice of justice. We must therefore hold them as we hold the rest of mankind, enemies in war, in peace, friends. We, therefore, the representatives of the United States of America in General Congress assembled, appealing to the Supreme Judge of the world for the rectitude of our intentions, do, in the name and by the authority of the good people of these colonies, solemnly publish and declare that these united colonies are and of right ought to be free and independent states, that they are absolved from all allegiance to the British Crown, and that all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain is and ought to be totally dissolved, and that as free and independent states, they have full power to levy war, conclude peace, contract alliances, establish commerce, and to do all other acts and things which independent states may of right do. And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. I must tell you that my emotions run quite high each time I reread that last line of our declaration. You see, this was not an idle pledge that we made in 1776. The day that the Declaration was signed, the British Navy lay at anchor in New York Harbor, ready to put down the rebellion. We were not going to get our freedom merely by declaring it. 7 long years of war lay before us, and the price that many of the 56 signers had to pay was a dear price. I believe I said in 1776 that we must all hang together, or otherwise we shall most assuredly hang separately. At the time, I thought it was a witty way to break the tension. However, several of those who signed the Declaration were later captured by the British, branded as traitors, and tortured. Those who survived the torture were hanged. Other signers died as soldiers fighting the British. Another, a wealthy ship owner from Virginia, Carter Braxton, saw his ships commandeered or sunk by the British Navy. He lost his home, his property, and died a pauper. Other signers lost their homes, also lost all their possessions. Some lost their families. One of the signers lost all 13 of his children. That is just a small part of the price that many of the 56 who signed the Declaration had to pay for the rest of us to gain our freedom. Are you prepared to do what is necessary to keep it? That is what this event is here to decide. Thank you for your attention.